Hello, all my food service friends. It's Jason Wange out here in Denver, Colorado with your positivity tip number 6. Clean up your incompletes and your tolerations. Now, yesterday we talked about how you are the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And hopefully it was helpful to go through the list of relationships that matter to you in your life and put a plus for those that lift you up and encourage you, and then realize that there are some relationships and people that you might just be tolerating that maybe you need to create some better boundaries around. Today's tip, clean up your incompletes and tolerations, is so timely because many of us are working from home right now and we have a little extra time on our hands. And with this time, let's remember it's important to create proud moments in our life. We want to continue to build ourselves up and create momentum for the next thing to accomplish. And knocking off that list of stuff that's just been lingering out there is one of those ways to create a proud moment, something that makes you feel just a little bit lighter. You know, we all have things that we tolerate, things that are incomplete that have been hanging out for a week or months or even years. Maybe it's that junk drawer that you never really cleaned out, or those emails that you haven't deleted or filed away. Maybe it's a relationship that's been left fractured that you've been meaning to talk to someone about forever, or the debt that hasn't fully been dealt with. Now, here's the crazy science behind why the things that we tolerate, those small incompletes, really do matter to us. We all have a list of things we want to accomplish, from our big, hairy, audacious goals all the way down to those small things, that baseboard that got knocked loose years ago that you never really fixed. And I want you to think of yourself and your energy to accomplish all those as a bank account with 100 coins in it. For every one of those things in your life that's incomplete, every time you walk by it, it takes one of those coins away from you towards accomplishing your big thing. So knocking off all these small things gives you more energy to accomplish the things that really do matter to you. The other bit of science behind it is what your subconscious is hearing every time you have all these things hanging out there, these small things that you don't get done, is, if he or she can't take the time to accomplish these small things, how can they ever really have the energy or accomplish big things that matter? And that's important to remember. Now, here's what I want you to do. I want you to make, we're doing a lot of lists here, I realize, but I want you to make a chart, which I've done, and it's going to have 4 columns. And on the left column, it asks, what am I tolerating? Okay? And we're going to break that up into 4 themes. The first theme is going to be work. And I'll give you an example. Maybe it's a technology challenge. Maybe your computer and your phone haven't been syncing correctly for some time. Maybe it's the emails that you've been meaning to delete or cleaning out. Side note, here's a little tip that works well for me. Instead of organizing your emails by date received, change it to from, and I find I can whip through those emails so much faster when I just change how I'm looking at them. At home, maybe it's a broken screen door. I literally have one. I need to go get fixed. It's been broken for like 3 months. Or maybe there's that wall that needs to be painted, or that junk drawer, or those old box of photos that you've been meaning to scan into your computer. Relationally, I want you to think about challenges that you've been tolerating or leaving hang out there. Maybe there's that family member who last Thanksgiving took the last piece of dark meat and you've been holding a grudge, and you finally just need to call them and tell them you're over it. Or maybe there's a neighbor that there was a challenge a year ago and you tend to not walk down that side of the street to avoid them. And then lastly, I want you to come to you. You as a person, your physical body and your emotional, mental. Maybe you've got some back pain and you just need to go to the chiropractor. I did yesterday. Or maybe you've got that pair of shoes that haven't fit just right for some time and they cause your feet to hurt. Or maybe there's a challenge that you've been trying to figure out how to work through, but you haven't been able to figure it out on your own, and you just need to go hire that coach to help you think through it in a different way. Make a list of all the things you tolerate. Now in the next column, I want you to put how to fix these. Maybe it's simple, like go get a gallon of paint, or maybe it's hire that coach. Put down a list of how you're going to fix it. It doesn't mean you necessarily have to do it on your own or figure it out, but how you plan to do it. Next, is there anyone you can ask for help? So the third column, who can I ask for help? There might be people that know how to do things. Maybe it's fixing the baseboard that you're not good at. It's just not your skill set. Or maybe someone who's better than at technology than you are in your company, and you can say, hey, can I pick your brain for a few minutes? I've got this challenge. I want you to find out who you can ask for help. And lastly, I want you to put a due date on it. Having a due date, a goal, it gives you something to really work towards. And when you're getting close to that, you'll find yourself working harder and harder and spending a little bit more energy, which is great, towards knocking it off your list. I hope this is helpful. Take this time to knock off a few things that are incomplete in your world, things that you've been tolerating, so you can really put energy towards the things that matter in your world. Remember, hope you're doing okay. Feel free to reach out if you need to connect with anyone. Feel free to reach out to me, those around you. Hope it's a good day. Talk to you next time.